Hi, my name is Gurinder Ahluwalia. I'm co-founder and CEO of 280 CapMarkets. The bond markets are one of the largest markets in the world. At the same time, technology has changed the way the independent advisor runs their practice and serves their clients, except in the area of bonds. The fixed income markets are an opaque market. It's difficult for the advisor to source, select, and value the individual bonds. That's why we created 280 CapMarkets, and that's why we built BondNav. We believe it's time to level the playing field. My co-founders, Dave Rudd and Prescott Nasser, are going to show you how we do that, how we use BondNav to serve the independent advisor. Dave, could you demo for everyone how we empower the independent advisor?
Absolutely. And it's really three things. It's access, tools, and service. And part of that service is how we trade bonds for advisors. So with that, let's log on to BondNav, and we'll highlight some of the tools that we provide for municipal bonds. Now, you'll notice right away, we display bonds based on geography. You can actually search and filter for bond offerings based on location using our interactive map. Now, many municipal bonds are issued to finance projects, and as you may imagine, the location of those projects have a lot to do with the bond's value. Now, let's get in and we'll search for some of these bonds. You'll notice BondNav has over 65,000 offerings, and while that can be overwhelming, it's also empowering. And so we're going to provide tools to deselect and filter for what an advisor is looking for. For an example, an advisor may wish to only see high-quality bonds from states where their clients are looking for tax-free income, and that's easily done. Now, if we drop in and pull up one of our pre-canned searches, we'll talk about access and transparency. As Prescott opens up a new search, you'll see two distinct designations highlighted in blue on the bonds themselves. These are 280 offers and 280 direct. 280 offers means just that. These are bonds we hold in our inventory and we are offering them. So an advisor working with 280 will never have to ask the question, are they recommending a bond because they own it? It's always disclosed. And 280 direct are bonds that are offered directly to our firm. So if an advisor wishes to engage on one of those offerings, they know we are communicating directly to the seller. Now, these are also offerings we can source in the most efficient way possible. And so with that, let's look at a bond, and we'll show you some additional tools. We start by highlighting the bond details and the bond's continuing disclosures. Now, what are continuing disclosures? This is where you'll find the financials and any material events that may impact the value of a bond, like pending litigation. We will also show you real-time trade history on a bond that is easily sorted by date, by quantity, by yield, and type of trade. And the type of trade is important. There are three. There's a sell price, a purchase price, and an interdealer price. And that interdealer price is the best representation of a market value for a bond. You'll also notice we include a third-party evaluation price. This is the price where that bond is going to be displayed in a client's portfolio. And no advisor wants to purchase a bond for their client only to show a loss in their statement before the bond has even settled. So we protect them from that. Now, as Prescott scrolls down, you'll see BondNav provides numerous comps to the bond you're looking at. These include bonds from the issuer. Now, what is the issuer? That is an agency a municipality uses to raise money to finance their projects. And if any of those bonds are offered, you will find them here. We will also show bonds from a series. This means bonds from the same deal the bond you're looking at came from. And nobody wants to buy a bond only to find out there are other bonds from the same deal offered cheaper. And so we help with that as well. And lastly, you'll see similar bonds. Now, these are not from the same deal or the same issuer. Rather, these are other bonds that closely resemble the bond you're looking at. And all of these data sets can easily be sorted by maturities, by quantities, and by yields to allow an advisor quick access to that pricing information. And finally, 280 is there to support the advisor. If at any time an advisor is searching for bonds or reviewing a bond and they have questions or they're just not sure, they can easily connect with one of our seasoned trading professionals to assist them. And when an advisor locates a bond they wish to purchase, they simply click buy and they send to our trading desk what is called a limit order, meaning we will only execute this trade at that price or better. Now, 280 is built to deliver best execution for an advisor. How do we do that? We leverage our inventory of bonds, our relationships, and our expertise to negotiate the best price on every trade. And that process we go through to get that best price is combined with all of the pricing data that we just highlighted for you. It is zipped up and delivered to the independent advisor in our 280 Best Ex report on every trade they execute with us. That's how we empower the advisor.